Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Before I get started, I just want to quickly say thank you to everyone that messaged me, liked my last post, commented, shared. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it actually meant the world to me. I filmed that like a month and a half ago and kept debating whether I was going to post it or not. I even made like a pros and cons list before I actually did it. So it was really hard for me to do, but all those kind words and messages honestly meant the world to me. So from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you so much. It means the world. Anyway, so I'm gonna be talking about binge eating today because I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with. I still struggle with it. I'm not gonna talk about how to stop binge eating because I've not stopped binge eating. I still do it sometimes. But I am going to talk about how to cut back and how to do it less frequently because that's something that I've been able to do. Yeah, but I can't tell you how to stop because I still do sometimes, and I think that's okay. Like, shit happens, whatever. Anyway, but I will talk about how to cut back. Again, I'm just going ahead and filming this instead of editing and doing little bits. So if I stutter, which I do stutter quite frequently, I'm sorry. And if I repeat myself again, I'm sorry. Anyway, so just to give you a little background, I pretty much used to binge eat every Sunday. I'd have a hangover and I would just take the full day and be like, today's my cheat day. And I would order like 3 Uber Eats, get food from the grocery store, like anything, just because I kind of would see that as my day just to eat what I wanted. And I just kind of, yeah, I would just stuff my face to the point where I wasn't even hungry anymore. I was just eating to eat, and like I would feel sick to my stomach and I would just keep eating. And yeah, so I would do that pretty much every Sunday. Like, even if it was nice out, I would do that instead of going out and spending it outside in the nice weather, which is quite silly. But also throughout the week, sometimes I would have a binge, and again, I would eat to the point where I was physically sick. Like, I would just stuff my face for the sake of it because I just kind of saw that as, oh, it might as well be my cheat day now. I've had this one thing, like, I've ruined my week, so I might as well just give up and have a cheat day and start again tomorrow. And then I would often bring my feelings from the night before into that next day and kind of make myself feel bad, or I'd go to the gym for like 3 hours straight just to offset it. So I would just kind of have that, like, again, a bad relationship with food. So yeah, that's just a bit of background with like how I binge eat or whatever. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and start then. So the 3 steps that I think have helped me the most are: number one is don't see so much in black and white. And I've seen this in some other videos I've seen as well, and I think it's actually like such a good tip because if you see things in black and white, then like you're very much all or nothing. And I know I was like that. So if I was eating healthy and then I ate one bad thing, that would just set me off, and I'd be like, well, I've just ruined it. I've gone from eating healthy to eating this bad thing, so I might as well just eat, like, have the day to eat whatever I want now and just start again tomorrow, which isn't a good way to do things. So I think it's important to kind of realize that there is a gray area and you can have those treats and it's not going to affect your diet and it's not going to throw you off. Like, having a cookie or having some ice cream isn't going to ruin your entire weeks, and it's important to kind of realize that. And that's one thing too, where like look at your thinking and like see how you're seeing things. And it's important just to kind of like notice how you're thinking. And I think after like seeing those videos about seeing in black and white, I kind of realized like, okay, maybe I'm seeing things in black and white instead of seeing gray area. So that's my first tip. Like, just notice that you can have, sorry, know that you can have treats here and there, and it's not going to ruin your progress. It's okay to treat yourself. Like, I'd rather have one slice of pizza on a Thursday than have the Sunday where I'm stuffing my face and I feel sick. So don't have a black and white mentality. See the gray area. I think that's super important. So number 2 is stop seeing things in the short term and expecting results fast. If you think you're going to get results in 1 week, then when you eat that one bad thing, you're just going to kind of feel bad about it. But and like make yourself feel bad about it instead of being kind to yourself. But if you don't set yourself up with a timetable of trying to lose weight, then eating that one thing isn't going to matter, because in 6 months, like in a 6 months time slot, having that, like those treats does not matter. Like it really doesn't. So don't think so much short term, like think more long term. Like I think weight loss is such like a long game, and people see it as like wanting stuff like that. And I used to do that as well. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna try and lose like 5 pounds this week, or like 2 pounds this week. But I don't think that's a good way to do it. I think you should see it more long term. Enjoy like the progress of like the journey. Don't try and lose weight quick. It's just, I don't think that's a good way to do it. I think it's better just to take your time, enjoy it, because when you're seeing things in short term as well, like if you're like, if it's like, if you're thinking like 2 weeks at a time, if you have like a burger and fries from McDonald's like twice in that 1 week slot, you're going to make yourself feel bad about it, because you're like, oh, I need to be here in 2 weeks. I want to be 2 pounds lighter in 2 weeks. I've ruined it for myself. Instead of thinking like, oh, like it doesn't matter, because like 6 months from now, I'm going to be 10 pounds lighter. Like if you see things in the long term instead of the short term, I think it kind of like improves like how you eat, and just like makes you realize that it's okay to have treats. And I think treating yourself is important to cut back on binging as well, because when you again have that black and white mentality and you have that one snack that sets you off, you're more likely to binge eat instead of just having like treats here and there. Like if you have a treat here and there more often, you're going to be less likely to binge, because when you're eating healthy 24/7 and then you have that one little treat, you're just going to go off the rails. So I think it's better just to see in the long term, or just not set yourself up with a timetable. Just kind of be healthy, be in the moment, be in the present moment. Like don't think so far in advance or so short in advance. Like just take it day by day. And I think that's super important, and that's something that's definitely helped me along the way. And again, with taking your time to like stop saying you're going to start Monday as well. Like when I used to have a binge on a Thursday, or if I binge ate on like Saturday or Friday or whatever day, don't kind of be like, oh, it's okay, I'll just start on Monday. Like no, just start tomorrow. And if you do binge eat, like who cares? Like let it go, and just like go into the next day with a clear mind, and realize that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to do stuff like that. Like everyone slips up sometimes. Again, like, and this is too where like your thoughts come into play as well. Like don't beat yourself up for eating badly. Like just kind of take it for what it is, move on from it, start again the next day, and just move on. Like it's not a big deal, everyone does it. Like shit happens, move on. Don't take it into the next day with you. That's another big thing that I think I've always done as well. Like if I binge ate the day before, the next day I would be so mean to myself, and the whole day I'd be like, oh, you can't have that because you ate that yesterday, you've got to go to the gym for this long today. Like it's just unhealthy. So don't do that. I think it's better just to kind of be kind to yourself and leave it in the past and move forward, move on. Number 3, and I think this is a big one, is journal. I started to journal after I would binge, and kind of write down like how I was feeling, the emotions I was feeling after, why I thought I was doing it, and just kind of like reflect. And I think that actually helped a lot with stopping doing it as much and eating as much as I was, because I was able to like write down and look back and see like what patterns I was following, or like what thoughts I was having, or what mindset I was in when I was binge eating. So journal, I think, is like such a big thing for everything. Like I've got like 500 journals. I love to journal. I think reflection is the best remedy for literally any issue. So definitely get a journal, write down how you feel after binging, and just kind of like start noticing certain things, and like things that like are reoccurring, and like all that kind of stuff. So definitely get a journal. And again, I think all of this ties into improving your relationship with food, and kind of realizing that having treats and eating those kind of things is okay. So yeah, at the end of the day, I definitely think with binge eating, it is another thing where you just need to improve your overall relationship with food and kind of realize like how your thinking is and your mentality with food, which is kind of something like what I mentioned in my last video. And again, always be kind to yourself because that's also super important. So anyway, those are my 3 tips. Sorry if it was like kind of not strung together very nicely, and if I stuttered and if I repeated myself a couple times. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if anyone is struggling with anything similar or just needs an ear or someone to talk to, my door's always open. My Instagram is there. DM me if you need it. I'm always here. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.